that this is Guardian of Stories coming to you with another video. I'm coming to you with this simply because I do not know if Monday, now that it's currently Monday, I'm doing this like Monday morning, it's like 4:30. I don't know if I'm going to be doing D&D this week. So, on the off chance I don't, this video will be coming to you as a sort of, just to sort of satiate your taste for D&D content. Now, as you can see, I have quite a few characters, mostly human, one Goliath. However, I've decided that I'm going to make another character as a backup, because there's every chance I might lose a character. So, now let's create this character, shall we? I'm just going to move that up there. No, I'll just put hide. Now, we're going to be doing standard character creation, no beginner help text. Alright, I'll come up with a name and stuff later. Let's see, look at everything else. Public, no calling weight, feats. I'm going to go ahead and enable all partnered content. As you can see, that's a lot of content. Alright, go to class. Now, I'm not going to be doing the 5.5e, which is the 2024 rules. I'll be doing the original 5e core rules, which is 2014. Because that's what I'm comfortable with doing. As you can see, I also have Blood Hunter and Artificer. I'm not going to be using those. I'm going to be using the original 12. Now I'm going to go ahead and just roll a quick thing on my phone for a dice app for a D12, starting from the top at Barbarian down to the bottom at Wizard. And that will be what class we'll be using. Number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Making a Paladin. Although, just for fun, let's see what would have been if we start from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, a monk. Alright, but let's do a paladin. Another paladin, that is. Now, I'm going to go ahead for levels. I'm going to go ahead and use what I'm currently using. I'm going to do actually at level 5, because that's going to be the next level I might end up being in the campaign if we finally do manage a session either this week or next week, or at least in the next 2 weeks. Now, before I do add any of this, let us go to species, or the character race. And as you can see, I'm going to close the 5.5e. I have all of these for the core rules and some from the expanded rules, and of course legacy non-core. Now I think I'm going to go ahead and do a half-orc. Half-orcs in regular 5e in 2024 get dark vision, which you get 60 feet of essentially night vision. They have a +2 to their strength score and a +1 to their constitution score. They get proficiency in intimidation, and if they are dropped to 0 hit points but not killed, they simply go to 1 hit point instead. And this is a once per long rest feature, which is very useful. Then for savage attack, they can also, when they roll a critical hit, they can roll an additional hit. I'd say that is wonderful. Now for background, this one, because I can either do soldier, which is a pretty standard one. This is what we get with soldier. I'll leave this up for a few seconds just to let y'all read. And of course, you can always pause it. Moving on, you get athletics, and you automatically get intimidation, but because half-orcs have intimidation already, I can choose a different skill. For tool proficiencies, obviously vehicles, land, so like wagons, and I can choose a gaming set. I get a military rank for background reasons. Here are these suggested characteristics. Now, I'm going to go ahead and stick with soldier. It's a pretty simple one. Now, for the extra skill, I'm going to take perception, because perception is literally the most common skill check that is asked for by DMs in most campaigns. For gaming proficiencies, I'm gonna say playing card set, just for the heck of it. Now, I'll finish more stuff for background in a little bit. Actually, I'll do it right now. Personality traits. I can stare down a hellhound without flinching, like that. And I like simple solutions. I like that as well. Ideals. Greater good. That's a pretty paladin thing. At least depending on what type of paladin. Bonds. My honor is my life. Flaws. I'd rather eat my armor than admit that when I'm wrong. Fair enough. Hmm. Let's see. Alright, proficiencies. I'm gonna go ahead and say insight and persuasion. Fighting style. Hmm. This will be a tough one. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and go defense. Pretty standard, very basic and normal, but it gives me a +1 bonus to my AC, which is always good. Now for the Sacred Oath. As you can see, I have the standard ones: Oath of Devotion, Oath of Vengeance, Oath of Ancients, which I'm pretty sure that's from. These are from the original stuff. From the expanded rule, this might be the Player's Handbook. I don't remember. Obviously, you have Oath of Conquest, Glory, Redemption, and Watches. In the expanded rules, Oath of the Open Sea from Critical Role. However, we also have my own homebrew thing, which I'll be showing in a different video. The Oath of Wrath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm not going to include Open Sea because I've never played that and we're not really a sea campaign. But let's see what we get from this. Number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oath of Redemption. Ooh. Kind of funny, actually, considering what I'm going for. But who cares? Now, I'm not going to take a feat right now. I am going to instead take ability score improvement and do double charisma. I'll show you why in a minute. Now, going to ability score improvement, going to ability scores, point buy. I like point buy. Judge me all you want. I like putting stats where I like. Now, intelligence, put 10. Same for wisdom at the moment. I don't like having negatives. Same with dex. Now, with this thing, I'm going to put that here. 16 charisma, that's pretty good. Now, for the rest, 14 points there. Nah, don't want that. There, have those extra 2 points. We'll put that into wisdom. I like having half decent wisdom. So there we go. Not good at dex, but that's alright. Now I'm gonna go back to here and go into spells. Here are the spells you get automatically as a paladin as oath spells, which you can see right here. Boom. Now for the spells I want to take. Obviously there's no cantrips. So boom and boom. I don't do 5.5e, so we can have 5 spells because we have a 16 charisma. Let's figure out what I want. I'm going to take the Bless spell, which take a few seconds to read this. Boom. I'm going to take the Compelled Duel spell. Take another few seconds to read this one. That is 2. Let's see, is there any more I want to get? I'm sure somebody here is getting annoyed, like, take this one. I'm not listening. Let's see. That is 2 points again. We only have 5 spells. What do you have? Sanctuary and Sleep. Protection from evil and good at the moment. I don't really care for most smite spells. Smite spells, to be totally honest. Now, second level. And take less restoration because you have no idea how often that can be useful. And I'm gonna take Fine Steed for right now. I could also take a Zone of Truth, but I think I can take that I'll take that some other time. I like Fine Steed just so I can say, hey, I have my own ride. And boom. That is spells. Now for a name. What? Let's see what suggestions I get. Don't really care for those. Well, that one. Actually, you know what? Baron. I'll take that. Let's see. Hmm. You know what? Actually, let me check for some things I have. 1 second. Let me go to see if I can find. There we go. D&D characters. And you see, I have a lot of stuff for D&D. I like D&D a lot. Let's see, shall we? Come on, give me something good. Let's see, which one was this one? Nope, don't need that one. Hmm. Just as a quick aside. Yeah. So that's that. It's a Can't really see it all that well. Actually, Oh wait, nope. Don't do that. Boom. This is something I gotten off Pinterest. Because yes, I get myself off Pinterest. Don't judge me. Now, with that, let's go to the equipment real quick. Hmm. I am half tempted to go back and change his weapon, but but I think I'll stick with this for the moment. 5 javelins, explorers pack, and I'll go with holy symbol. Now, do I want a weapon and shield, or do I want 2 martial weapons? I think for now I'll choose a weapon and a shield, and I'll take the battle axe just because an axe. I can always get a great axe later on. I'm gonna go ahead and take a dagger and a deck of cards. You see where the card proficiency comes in? Add starting equipment. Go ahead immediately, boom, equip those, equip that, and equip that. Now let me go back to the background and alright. I will fill most of this out later, except for the alignment. Uh, hmm. Let's see, lawful good. I like lawful good sometimes, but I also prefer other types. I'm gonna go neutral good. Helps others according to their needs. I like that. And so view the character sheet. Now, here's something else neat that my DM allows us to have. Go to inventory. Something it allows us to do is, in this campaign, we are allowed 1 uncommon magic item. That's a green color. So I'm going to go with the very common. So that means there are 2 things I can get. See, I can get either the Amulet of the Devout, which I'll go ahead and show you what that is. +1. I'll even add it just for the hell of it. Just so you can get a comparison. And then Gauntlets. Gauntlets of Oak Power. No. gauntlets of overpower. They can give you, when you equip them and attune, you get a strength score of 19, which means that your regular weapon strikes and even magic weapon strikes, if you have them, get better. Now that's a +7 with the gauntlets and a +4 to damage. Now remove them, which also unattunes, and it goes down to a +6 and a +3. Now, Amulet of the Devout does not give me any boost to my attacks. What it does is +1 bonus to spell attack rolls and saving throw DCs of your spells. Let me go ahead and unequip. Now currently, I have +3 modifier, +6 spell attack, and a 14 save DC. But with Amulet of the Devout, boom, +7 and +15. And on occasion, it will sometimes, some artifacts and items will give you an extra spell because it boosts your stat essentially. I, however, am not going to use Devout. I'm going to use Gauntlets of Overpower. So I'm going to get rid of that, and boom. And you can see +7 and a +4. Alright, and that's going to be it. I will not be making all the extra background stuff right now, but I will be adding more stuff later on. Who knows, maybe I'll even add a video for that just so y'all can see it. But for now, if you like this video currently, I'll be putting out another one immediately after this one about going over my freaking personal homebrew. Hello guys, as a quick outro here, just so I can add on, I will be making a second video for this week. Be putting out like literally maybe an hour or two after this one's posted. It'll be posted right like maybe a couple hours after this one. Reason being, again, I don't know if I have D&D this week or even next week. I'll add a little bit of a disclosure here in this outro. I'm not going to say much else, but my DM, unfortunately, he was injured. He got injured last week, and he spent like 2 days in the hospital. I won't say for what, but again, for 2 days he was in the hospital, which is not a good thing, obviously. So I don't know if he'll be ready to continue DMing this week or next week. His situation is a bit finicky. He is home, but it's one of those things where it required surgery. I don't know if he's gotten it yet or not. So, yeah, I have no idea if we're going to be having a session this week or even next week. So that's why I'm doing 2 videos, sort of. That's why I'm going to be doing 2 videos. But, yeah, so show some support. Hopefully you enjoy this video and the next one. Next one's going over my homebrew content, so all the homebrew stuff I personally have made. Hope you like it, and yeah, hopefully see you guys later, peeps. Night.